So as I mentioned before the break, your parents and the way you grew up is a big source of your material in Mama I Made It. What do your parents think about being the source of your comedy?
They, well, first my mama saw the trailer and proceeded to curse me out in Igbo first. She was like, "Eh, so this is what they're doing." And they cursed me out in Igbo, and then was like, "But it's funny though."
At the end, she like, it's funny though.
And I showed it to one of my friends who's Nigerian. She's like, do you think that our parents give compliments for free? No, compliments cannot be free. They have to cost you something. Like they gotta first wound you. They gotta they choke you. They have to like hurt your soul a little bit and then be like, but it was good. It would be funny for other people to see, like for other people to see, for you to see. What about other? But so here's the funny part. So my mom like hates that I talk about her. Like this in her mind, she's just like, I don't sound like that. I never said those things. I said, Ma, listen, you about to make me famous, okay? You about to help me get these checks. You better accept what I say about you on this daggone stage. Like it's like humor for them is not, because it's not. They don't understand humor because it's like, is this real? Like jokes are, you take a kernel and you expand it and you might flabbergast it. You know, you camouflage it a little bit. My mom is just like, I never said that. I didn't do that. I'm like, no, but the essence of what that was lives on the inside of you. But she is one of those people that will like it when other people like it. So my roommate hit her up yesterday and was like, you're the real star of the special. My mom, are you serious? She was like, you're gonna need an agent after this. And Esther, stop playing. Esther, are you? I'm sitting right next to this happening like, what? So the day the trailer drops, my mom and Esther are talking. Here goes my mom. Esther, you have made my day. I said, Esther's moving out today. She getting kicked out because she made your day, not me, that had HBO fly all the way across the motherfucking ocean to come to the village to interview you, to put you on Front Street. But Esther made your day. See, this is why we're not going to make it. I made it, but we're not going to make it.
But because you talk a lot about the fact that you come from an overachieving culture, right? Where anything you're doing is not good enough. So how do you, in your obviously in your real life, how do you give yourself permission to enjoy your success? Have you figured that part out?
Girl, therapy, that has been the struggle in therapy. I remember when I first started, and my therapist was like, you gotta give yourself grace. You've done a lot. And I was like, no, I haven't. Have you met me? I'm Nigerian. She was like, yes, you are quite an overzealous people.
She got y'all overzealous.
She was like, you all are quite, overachieving and overzealous group of individuals. So, it has been a work. It has been work to give because I remember she asked me, she said, well, if you're constantly putting 120% in and getting the return of maybe 85 to 90, which is out of your control, then why don't you just put in 80? And I said, that's a B minus.
You couldn't get those.
Like, that's a B minus. She was like, you're not the output. And it took so long. And I think the corona has really helped to help me pump the brakes. I'm never not going to go for estimate. Like that trailer you saw, even the special, I'm like, yo, I earned my executive producer hat because I was in the mix. I'm like, okay, wait, hold on. That right, I think I blinked too much in that. Is there a way to, and they're like, ma'am. And it wasn't that I was trying to get it perfect. It was just like, this is a big deal to me. This is like my baby. Like, this is the first thing most people will see outside of Insecure that's mine. And I'm like, yo. And then also people are getting introduced to the fact that I'm a comedian. I'm like, I don't, you know how sometimes when people become actors and it's like, yeah, I've always wanted to try comedy. And then they do comedy off the strength of like, but I'm this character on this show. And I'm like, that's not me. That's no shade to anybody, but I'm like, yo, I've been doing this. Like, this is my craft. Like,
Yeah.
This is my roots. And I'm like, I want the respect that I've earned and I believe I deserve. And so it's just like, I want to make sure that this is the best representation of me as a comic. And so, you know, I definitely had I'm also very detail oriented, you know, like I made sure to rep, you know, I made sure that I was like, no, we're going to do this in the DMV because I want to go home there too. And I remember when I took a trip to Nigeria and I saw this beautiful architecture and I was like, this will inspire the stage. So they built that stage based off something I saw in Nigeria. I made sure to wear like a different Nigerian artist's out attire throughout the entire special. So it was just like, just the details of that. And it's like, my mind just thinks in such a way that I don't know. This was the first time I would say, Jemele, that I truly felt like I did it. Mm. Like I did, like I can appreciate my effort because I know my input and I know that I gave it my all. So like it was, you know, in a lot of things, I'm not there yet when I'm like, I did a good job. You watching Insecure? Like I watched the episodes before it premieres. I'm like, how can I be better? Did I do that okay? It's like I'm watching game tape. You know, it's like Jordan, like, okay, I should you know that I missed three pointers in the first quarter. That can't happen again. Like I'm watching it, trying to be like, not just like taking it in, like, oh, you did that. It's more like, were you believable? Could you have done better? And the answer may be no. Like you did a great job, but that's not normally my first instinct. So with this special, I think I poured so much into it that by the time like the trailer got out into the world, by the time we got the finished product, I definitely was like, I stand by it. It's blue magic. I guarantee it. You know, like I was Denzel, like in what is it, American Gangster. I stand by it. So, you know, but I'm still working on it.
Well, does that translate at all? Because another topic you broach in this special is to your dating life. Like, has dating changed a lot for you because of your success?
You know, what has changed in terms of dating is refining my desires, right? It's like, I'm not one of those people that's like, man, now that I'm successful, like, I wonder if that's going to scare some people off. I'm like, well, then they weren't the right ones. You know what I mean? Like, for me, I'm like, I'm not going to stop you. Matter of fact, if you think this is me being successful, you ain't seen nothing yet, baby. Like, woo, you are in for a treat. And so for me, I'm more like, here are qualities that I desire. So, you know, refining what that list looks like. And for me, I'm just like, bro, first of all, if you are not in therapy, me and you cannot hang, because I can't be out here, you know, making sure that I'm becoming the best version of myself and you over there like not.
Well, they have to be open to going. They don't have to already be in it, or do they have to be open to going?
Man, I need you to process some things, because you know, like process some things. Like at least know what your things are, because you can be with some people and you're like you ambivalent to the things that require work. Like nobody ever told you like this thing. Oh, I don't want to be the first person. Like, you know, I mean, your relationships are a mirror, so they do reveal things out of you. So when in every relationship, someone's gonna pull out some things that you're like, I needed to work on that. I was busy working on this, but at least you were working on something. and so for me, that's important, because it's just like, what are we doing if we're not growing, right? So that's a big thing. And then also somebody who isn't intimidated by, you know, that appreciates, that can see me shining and be like, well, I know I'm a star too. So the both of us together, we should shine bright like a diamond. You know what I mean? Like for me, I want a partner in purpose. Like this is not just like I'm 36 and trying to just smash and, you know, get married real quick. No, I'm trying to stay married. And stay happy.
Now, did it change your dating life when you went public a few years ago and talked about the fact you were a virgin? Did that bring some complications to your life?
No, because I've been a virgin for a while. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like for a while.
This is not new to me. It might be new to y'all.
I was like, no, because I've been that way for a little bit now. No, so it didn't change anything. I think if anything, it may have like whittled out. Like, I mean, I had a whole TED Talk where I talked about it, you know.
Yep.
And so
I watched it. It was very good.
Oh, Yeah.
Watch it.
And I think if you approach it that way, like it's not just about like this physical thing that like we're trying to do. It's like, no, like it's this heartfelt thing, it's this emotional thing. Like let's have this connection before we have this connection, because it's gonna be good when we get there. Trust and believe. But before we get there, like what do we actually have? Like again, like in this pandemic, I think more than anything, being able to be stuck in a house for 8 weeks with somebody, I hope you like them. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't having sex all the time. Matter of fact, and if you don't like them, you ain't having sex at all. Like it's just, you know, so it's more. It's like, do I like you? Do we compliment each other? Are we in the middle of this thinking how we can rise together when we come out of this? Are we sustaining? Are you praying for me? Are we covering each other? Like it's just like those are the things that I'm like, that's what I want. Like I don't care. You know, obviously you gotta look fine. You say you gotta look good. You know, work out because you know I want that pop, 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 pop. You know, I'm gonna get my 5 pounds off. Don't you know? I know I started just talking about somebody. I might have a little layer. Don't you worry about my 5 pounds. They're coming up. Okay. But I want you to have the 8-pack, the 10, whatever, however many packs.
Okay. All
You
right.
know what I'm saying? I want to be able to do some laundry on that sucker. Like, hey, hi, how you doing? Let me get this stain off. But you know, the things that really move and motivate me is, can you handle my heart? And I haven't encountered that person yet. And I think God is the same way God is still developing me for whoever they are. I believe God is still developing them for who I am.
So in the pandemic, are you, do you wish more for a relationship or not? Or granted, I don't know. I mean, you might have a boo. You might got a pandemic boo. I don't know. All right.
Wow. Pandemic boo.
You might have a pandemic boo. And look.
No, you know what? For me, this was just a really good reset. Cause I like I said, I desire a relationship, but I'm like, the first relationship is with myself. Like, I think there are still some things that I'm fine tuning, you know, and when you're so busy, you don't get the pause time to like really delve into it and excavate. You know, my friend Debbie Brown calls it a divine timeout. And I was like, this is, if you look at it like that, like, this is my excavation to elevation. Because I'm going somewhere. The next level is just around the river bend. And I got to make sure that I'm taking the best version of me there. And so that, and there could also mean to a relationship. And so I've actually been very grateful for this time of singleness, to be single in vision and in clarity, and to be like, I mean, it wasn't a lot of things wrong with me to like, just, it wasn't deep estimation, but it was just like, hey, let's check this thing that maybe we never checked, or like, this keeps coming up. Like, okay, what is the root? Like, did you ever stop to see what the root was so that like it doesn't come up again? And it's like, oh, and then also to your point, it's like, how can you celebrate your wins? Like, even if they're not perfect, because that is a direct reflection of how you celebrate somebody else if they're not perfect, because no one's perfect. You know, will you give yourself grace enough to know, like, the dude that you may get with might still have some work to do, but it'll be good work. You know, kind of like how I had work to do with a special, but it was good work. You know, I did a tour, the Lagos to Laurel tour, before we actually shot the special. That was work. Going to all those cities, like being, you know, making sure the tickets sold, doing all that. But like the minute I hit that stage, it was like, oh, this is it. You know, and so it's like, what kind of work are you trying to do? Are you trying to do the work where it's like, oh, I did all this work and 2 people showed up in the back alley? Like, that's my God. That's science fair projects. And I don't do science fair projects. No.